in a pandemic, I kept setting goals, you know, I kept believing, and the inspired actions ended up being things I wouldn't normally launch, price points I wouldn't have thought of on my own, a bundle I forgot about, weird shit. But it equaled a $500,000 month. You know, I hit it was 5:05 when I woke up. It was 5:05 when I woke up this morning. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy as fucking hell.
I need a moment. I need a moment. That's insane.
For me, it's that the business model came from the money goals over and over again. The smart business moves keep coming to me, realigning to new numbers. And I really wouldn't know how to do it any other way. Because if I tap into the new number and I believe guidance is available and I believe the steps have to come, then I feel like the universe is obligated. Like, I feel like me and my contract with like God and how I've decided things work for me is that the steps have to come. So like in a pandemic, I kept setting goals, you know, I kept believing, and the inspired actions ended up being things I wouldn't normally launch, price points I wouldn't have thought of on my own, a bundle I forgot about, weird shit. But it equaled a $500,000 month. You know, I hit it was 5:05 when I woke up. It was 5:05 when I woke up this morning. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy as fucking hell.
I need a moment. I need a moment. That's insane.
I know. I've been thinking about 500 for several months now. I was talking about 500 like through the beginning of this year, but I didn't really have to try for this 500. Like, I think I had been holding the vibe and getting myself in the belief for like a long time. And then the steps just all kind of added up together. Like, you know how, like, that's what I would want to say to anyone. It's not just that my business model is genius, though it is. It's that I had no idea how to create a genius business model. How would I know that? I have a master's in counseling. I didn't like, but every little step, like every little doing more of what worked for me and less of what didn't. Every little, oh, I like digital courses because of this, and I like them better than this because of that. And oh, I like bundles around this price point, and I like it that way because people seem to feel like this. Like every little moment that created a business with like a lot of fucking recurring revenue and a lot of new revenue every month, like it wasn't because I'm a genius businesswoman. I became a genius businesswoman because of my determination to believe in myself and take my steps, you know?
100%. And I think what you're saying, and I know what you're saying, is like what's more important is the vision. Like what's more important is that end thing that you want, rather than like, okay, I'm going to take this step to get there. It's more important to hold that end number, that end result, the end feeling, and then take each guided step.
What's the saying? It's like a means to an end. A means to an end. When I was in my master's program and then finished my master's program, I went into my PhD program. Like my whole life was a means to an end. I'm just nannying for now. I'm just cocktail serving for now. I'm just in this PhD program to get doctor after my name. I'm just this for this and this for this and this for this. And for at least 6 whole years now, I stopped doing means to an end. I just do the end. You know what I mean? I don't launch or sell or share anything because I think it's going to get me something. I literally launch and sell and share the things I actually want to do, that my heart's behind and my desires behind. And it makes your life so much easier because you don't have to contrive anything anymore. You can tap into your desire every day. Tapping into your desire is so much simpler than contriving what the smart thing to do would be and like analyzing shit with a Facebook ad expert. Like I would die. I would die.
Not your
Those were the conversations I was having. You know, I would. And those might be right for some people. And Facebook ad experts and business strategists are really good at their job for various things for various people at different times. But that can't weigh more than your belief in yourself and your knowing that you're worthy. It just can't.
So there's a huge worthiness component.
I think more than anything, that's our work every day, all day till we die.
Right. So mindset, worthiness, also intuition, learning how to hear yourself.
Yeah. So it's like worthiness for me is I'm worthy because I am. Like there's nothing to prove. Our innate worthiness has to be something that we don't need to get to a place to believe in. Right. As far as intuition, I think everyone's led a bit differently. And I think you just have to learn what it means for you. To me, leading feels good. So like, I don't know if anyone relates to this. I was like taught in church that God would like kind of like convict you and want you to stop backsliding and get right with God. And you'd have to do really hard things that felt really bad to be on the right path. And that's been really the opposite for me. Like the path is the things that feel really good and make a lot of sense in my soul, that have a lot of like heart and inspiration and energy and service behind them. Those are the things that make a lot of money and help a lot of people, you know? So I think we're all just kind of fucked up from our culture, like our hard work kind of whole culture. And you know, as much as anyone, I love to work hard, but between like we're not worthy unless we're working hard, and we're not good enough because religion told us this and our parents told us that and all this stuff. We just have all these ideas that it should feel bad, that it like we're supposed to feel
like
bad.
Struggle attached.
Yeah, if you're not struggling, you're never going to get there. Well, like, says fucking who? Right. Like, there's innate struggle just in being a human being, dealing with your shit. Like, that's a struggle enough. Like, do your inner work and heal. That will be a struggle enough. I just don't think that, like, giving free and paid content to the world and teaching people what I know and allowing them to pay me for the things they want, I don't think that should be the struggle.
Right. To do good work on this planet. Hell no. And not a struggle to be able to be worthy to receive these things, worthy to receive money.
Right.
You know, so it's so much also about unlearning bullshit, like unlearning the things that we grew up hearing that are deeply rooted.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of unlearning. You know this. I like to ask in the money course, you know, is that belief ultimately true? Like when you hear yourself thinking, I can't make money unless this, or I can't thrive unless that, or I can't find love unless whatever, is that like ultimately true? Has no one on the planet done it without that one thing you're thinking you need? You know, like essentially we lie to ourselves all day. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then get mad at ourselves. Yeah.
So for just really quickly, for someone who's not an entrepreneur, maybe they have a job that they don't necessarily love and they don't have a side hustle. Are there ways that can they still reach big financial goals?
In my experience, yeah. And I really had a really big intention from the very first year I launched Money Mentality Makeover. So what was that? The very, very end of 2015. It was like December 2015. That I wasn't going to make a business course for entrepreneurs. Like I have plenty of business examples inside, and I have a lot of other business courses, but this was a money course for everyone. Because what I learned being a life coach was that when I was helping people with their like self-worth and their beliefs around what they could have, none of those people were entrepreneurs when I was life coaches, and they all ended up making more money. So I kind of knew that was the vibe. And then I think I've just strengthened my belief and evidence in that over a lot of years now, as people like take the course and write in about the raise or the promotion or the unexpected check or the weird thing that happened through their husband's job or the money they didn't know they had coming to them or the refund or the family member who they never would have imagined left them something, or like, and it's always the people who say, but you don't understand. I don't have anything like that. I don't have a family member. That doesn't happen in my job. That doesn't happen in my, it's always the people that are like, no, you don't understand. There's no way. That I'm like, well, that's because you believe there's no way. And then those are the people who find blocks you. Yeah. And then those are people who have the weirdest shit happen. So, but I can't make the weird shit happen. Like I'm not that powerful. I can't make the weird shit happen in your life. But your belief and your decision, and you're getting into an energy that's like in the course, like an energy of confident expectation, where you like learn how to choose and know and decide and believe like you can start making that kind of stuff happen, you know, like we all are capable of that.
Yeah. Can I ask you a God question?
Yeah, we love God.
We love God. I know. And I love this because like I feel more comfortable talking about like how God comes into play in these things, because like you said, like we have so much power, we have so much within our control, but I know you like to talk about the supernatural, and I do too. And it's like those holy shit things that only God can do. So like what is your interaction with God, the universe, as far as like getting your steps or getting guidance? Like how does that work for you?
It sounds a bit like God, angels, universe, I'm willing to do my part. Like I desire this. I'm recognizing that this and this and this is untrue. I know that you can do anything, and I'm willing to see I'm willing to receive guidance. Like, I'm willing to see this differently. What would you have me know? One of my favorite affirmations to realign myself is that, like, I'm willing to see the unlimited possibilities that exist all around me. Help me to see, help me to know, help me believe. Because, like, the possibilities are there, the answers are there. So it's me. Help me to see, help me to know, help me to believe, you know? So it feels like a process of, like, opening my mind and being available. So everyone has different experiences. Like, I'm not one of those people who feels like God, like, speaks. I don't hear words from God, really.
Me neither.
I know. And I feel like people talk about it and you're like, is there something wrong with me that God's not saying anything?
I've had that for years. I was waiting for a voice for years. I was like, oh, I've definitely disconnected. I did something wrong. You know? What did I do in my college years?
Yeah. No, I hear more like a knowing. Like, I feel more like a
Yeah.
that was an idea. Like wait, that feels good. That feels different. That feels like God to me. Like a little like that's kind of how it's like for me. You know, like
and is that the inspired action that you described? Because
yeah.
she talks about this in her course, taking inspired action. Is that I should do it this way, or maybe I should do this?
Yeah, it can be for sure. So last night I was really mad at someone. Really mad at someone. Have you seen me really mad very many times?
No, but I really want to. I really want to. What does that look like?
Kylie Jenner Forbes thing, if you want to see me really angry, because I'm mad about that right now. I'm real mad.
What are you mad at? Wait, what were you mad about last night? Can you say?
No, I can tell you. I see you. Okay, so I was really mad. And I did I'm willing to see this differently. I'm willing to see the unlimited possibilities that exist all around me. Help me to see, help me to know, help me believe. And I just like, in that moment was flooded with compassion, was flooded with like love and understanding and like, wait. I do know what it might be like to be this other person too, right? So that was just like, sometimes it can be a shift into love, like in the most basic form. When I'm thinking about my business, it feels more like, why am I making that hard? Wait, why do I believe it takes a live stream event or a webinar to make money? Like, wait, why am I caught up on this, that, or the other? It feels like, that was a silly, maddening idea that was making me crazy based in nothing, you know? And then usually when I get into that place of like, oh, that was silliness. I can have anything I want and I can do it my way. And I've freed myself up again. Then I feel like inspired guidance is easy. I'm like, you know, oh, I'll just share this. I'll just do that. You know, I'll just talk about it this way. Like this little thing we're doing is so great because I don't know. I said to myself when everyone was asking me to relaunch this, I said to myself, okay, I'll probably do like a small live stream event. And then I really didn't fucking want to. Like, I just really didn't want to. I've never wanted to do anything less. So I didn't. But then you, Priya and Kara all said, like, can I have you on live? And I went like, oh, like I can sit and talk to my friends. Yeah. So like, it's so silly and it's so simple, but it's still the content of what I felt I wanted and needed, get a message out there during an enrollment period. But it came so simple and freely and easy. Yeah. And I probably could have told stories about that's not enough. Like, do we need to do it? Like, do we need to do this? But like, I don't know. Who cares? And the greatest thing is like, you guys all asked me and I kind of like was like, yeah, okay, probably cool. You were the last one to ask me. So when you asked me, I was like, oh, well, that's 3. I guess that's an event. And then we I threw it together in like 15 minutes and announced it to the world.
And it can be that easy. You know, it really can be that easy. Your business actions can be that easy. And I used to think that everything needed to be hard and a struggle too. And I can hear you in my ear being like, that's a lie from the devil's mouth. Why would you need to, you know? So I hear you, you know, saying these things to me. And it is cool that it can be easy. And I think a lot of the work is like questioning your thoughts and your beliefs. Like, oh, I'm making this hard. Why? Like, do I really need this? Do I really need to do this? And I think a great rule is if it doesn't feel good, you're not going to do it in your business. Like if something doesn't feel good, you're not going to do it.
I'm not. And if it's something that has become required, like it's become like an integral part of something, like here's a really good example. For literally 8.5 years, my vlog didn't come out every week. 8.5 years, the goddamn thing didn't come out on time. 8.5 years I could like,
wait, what?
My weekly vlog.
Yeah,
It was
wisdom
never,
drops?
huh?
Wisdom drops?
Wisdom drops.
Yeah, I remember these things. I have 8 years worth of emails from Amanda Francis in my inbox. I know all of it.
Right. Okay. So imagine I can't believe it took me this long to do it. It felt important to me to give free content. It felt important to me to write. We know I love to write. It felt important to me that my audience could view me as consistent and reliable. There was some important things, but the idea that I'm going to log into WordPress.com, type a thing out, make a graphic, edit a video, it's just lunacy. I'm not going to do it. It's not I don't like doing it. I actually hate it more than I hate most things. So I like struggled with all different kinds of ways to doing it. Like we just went periods of time without doing it. I went periods of time repurposing different things in different ways. And then finally, I do what I've been I don't know why it took me forever, but I did what I've been telling everyone to do forever. Like when you don't like something, you either give it up or you delegate it better. Yeah. And I finally delegated it better. And I said, Bondi, who's on my team, Bondi, this is now your job. You're responsible for the vlog coming out. So you are going to send me options or 2 or 3 things that could come out. I'm going to let you know. You're going to edit them. I'm going to let you know what changes to make to those videos. And she'll just pull like a little 5-minute thing from a bundle or a live stream or whatever. Send me some options. I'll tell you which one I like. I'll tell you how to edit it. You'll edit it up. You'll get it transcribed. You'll send me the transcription. I'll edit up the transcription and rewrite it because we do all know I love to write. And that will be the email. That will be the copy under the blog. That will be the copy under the YouTube. That will be the copy under the IGTV. We'll send the title to the graphic designer. She'll make the graphics. And all I will literally have to do is approve something and write something, 2 things I can handle. And like that, it's like such a small, silly little thing. But anything you don't like to do, it needs to be eliminated or it needs to be shifted. Either, well, I'll give you the options. Totally. Either learn to see it differently, eliminate it, or delegate it. One of those.
Otherwise, it's draining your energy. 100%.
Totally. I don't want to log into WordPress. I don't want to.
And honestly, like your business needs you excited. Like, and I think that's how you can discern which way to go or what are the things that feel like easy and fun and natural and delegate the rest. But your energy is super important to your business.
Totally. Yeah, of course. And like the times where I'm feeling really drained or really forceful, which I haven't in quite a while, thank God, we're not like making more money during those times. I'm just tired.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a fucking word right there. Honestly. So you come to learn through your experience that it's not the hard work that makes the difference in your income.
No, it's really not. It's the flow. It's the connection. It's the decision. It's the alignment. It's the moments of belief adding up. It's, you know what I mean? Like every moment I felt into and believed it was possible to have a $500,000 month. Like every moment I dealt with any idea that said, who am I to have that? What would I even do with that? Now I'm taking it too far. Like all those little moments add up. And then one day you just do it, you know?
How much do you keep that number goal in the forefront of your mind? So like I was doing things by this month I wanted to make this. And whenever I put a time pressure on myself, it didn't work. But when I set clear numbers and gave up the time, it worked. So how do you do it?
It depends on the person. I've had a lot of clients where the deadline, the date, like kind of puts them into belief and faith and action because I'm doing it by this date. And so if that's what it brings up in you, it's cool. If what it brings up in you is resistance and pressure and I'm failing, and if I don't do it by that date, it didn't work and I don't get it and I'm not supported and I'll never get there, then it's not the vibe. So that's really all that matters. There was a period of time a long time ago where I was still proving stuff to myself, and the different number goals had a very intense emphasis because it still meant all this stuff to me. Like I just said, it meant
like your work was good enough, your impact was good enough, you were
that I was getting there, that I was understanding. And so it was a pressure, but it felt like a pressure that I wanted. It felt like a pressure I could get behind. It felt like a motivating pressure. And then it got to a point, me and Katrina Ruth were on the phone talking about this the other night about why it takes longer now to get to our next number when we used to be able to go to the next big number like month after month. And now sometimes we'll sit like kind of weighing a number for like 6 or 9 months because we both had that experience. And I was just like, well, Kat, you know, you kind of have more money than you know what to do with as it is. And the $300,000 a month and the $400,000 a month don't actually affect your life any. It's a little bit more you might invest. It's a little bit more you might save. Right. So it's like, that's just being real, like, honest. Like, the pressure is fundamentally different now because the numbers are so high. So that helps me take the pressure off, but truly it doesn't even matter. It's just whatever feels good to you in your own motivation style. If something creates resistance and pressure and like a scarcity failing energy, you might want to look at it a bit differently.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know what I feel like you stand for, which is like so important for people to hear, is you've always been about forging your own way. And I know starting off, not many people were doing this. And I think a lot of people in this industry have modeled you and modeled your courses and your methods. But I know that you created your own way. And I even used to look at your model because I'm still learning about selling and learning about business as you were as well. And I always thought, like, I can't writing emails is not my thing, and it's something you love. And so that wasn't my path. Right. And you formed your own path. So what would you say, how do people find their own way? And it's like, that's important, right?
I think we're all designed a little differently, right? So like for me, finding my own way is just like a core component of what I was supposed to do in life or something, because like the moments of deciding like, fuck it, I'll do it my way, were so like meaningful and revolutionary and like part of my journey. And like, I'm happy about that. Other people seem like, a lot of people will say to me, okay, I did exactly what you did. And in course creation, Queen Yourself from Your Soul. And I had great results and I had this amount of a launch. And other people will say, I listened to that course and I did everything you said, but I really had to tweak this and change this and see this differently because of this and this and this in my personality or my belief system. And I think it's like all good. Like it's good whether you completely make it up. It's good where you make it up and you take things from other people. Like when I was first starting, I was drawing on like things I heard Gabby Bernstein say or Marie Forleo say or Danielle Laporte say. Like I was drawing more. And then as I trusted myself, it's pretty rare that like I spend a lot of time listening to anyone or thinking about what anyone else says. Yeah. Because I have a lot of faith in that my own methods are always being formed better and better and better. So I think it just depends on the personality and the style but I remember saying to you one day, you're like, okay, I'm going to do a course and I'm going to do it kind of like how you're doing it. And I was like, Laina, I can tell you every single step of what I do. I'm willing to tell you every single step, but I promise you it's not going to work because I know that you want this and this and that and that and that.
I remember the conversation.
And wants this and this and that and that and that. So I'm wondering how it would feel. And I can't remember what the suggestion was that day, but it was something around taking something you already had and like bundling it up in some way or something and just letting it be easier for you and your personality and the way you can communicate, you know?
I think that's so important.
Yeah.
To like honor what you feel and the way you want to do it, what you feel excited to do and what you feel guided to do. It's not cookie cutter. Business is not cookie cutter. You can't take your email templates and sequence and pop it into someone else and have it work their magic. It's like not the same.
No, but if you'll use your brain, you can go something like, okay, what's happening in her emails here? And I do this in one of my courses. Like, oh, okay, she starts out by like letting us know a little bit about her, a little bit about a problem, and then she kind of breaks it down into some like universal principles, and then she ties it into a course, and then she tells us she would love to have us. Like you could probably be like, why does that work? Well, okay, she's connecting to people. She's giving them something they can use. And then she's telling them how they can take it deeper with her. And then she's non-attached, giving them an opportunity. Like that you can probably do something with, you know?
Beautiful. I love it. It's like the skeleton, you know? It's like the elements, but taking the elements and doing them in your own way.
Yeah. Yeah, and like trusting yourself to just be on your journey. Like because no one wakes up. Well, I mean, there's people somewhere that inherit stuff, but like no one wakes up with a business built for them. We all had to just like get out there every day, like relentlessly. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, do we want me to riff on Kylie and Forbes?
Sure.
Oh,
I don't know what this is unexpected, fam. So let's see where this goes. I don't even know what this is, and she's one of my best friends. What is
okay?
Happening?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I think we're good. I think whoever was working.
Pool situation.
Can you see the pool?
I haven't seen the outside in a minute. Wow.
So I hired a landscape architect, and we're doing palm trees of birds of paradise along the pool. Ooh. And I'm putting a dwarf adult orange tree over there, and I'm doing vines growing up the house and box hedges around. This backyard's going to be, I mean, it's already a vibe. I'm making this the vibiest backyard that has ever been a vibe.
Okay, when are you inviting me? Hello?
I don't know. Like, we're not even allowed to, I'm not allowed to have a housewarming party yet.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out. And by the way, you guys.
You can come over anytime. You can come hang out in the backyard with me anytime.
I'm going to pick up a drink from Craig's on the way to Malibu today, so I might come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi. I have 2 live streams a day. I have to write an email. I have to write an Insta post, and then I have to pack for Malibu. Yeah.
Perfect. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
By the way, I just want to tell you guys, like, everyone started, like, Amanda started from just
nothing.
Herself, very small, like, just fucking figure this shit out over the course of time. And so, like, what you're seeing now has definitely been a journey. And also, we manifested the fuck out of both of our lives. Because when we first met, we were both not in this place.
We were in the wrong relationships.
Long relationships with the wrong people. And look at everything now. Like, I'm just so proud of us. It's a dope life.
Yeah, no, we're doing a good job. I'm proud of us both, too. Okay, so what happened? And I'm a little bit less triggered than I was a little while ago. I was mad. So Forbes published a thing this morning that said, Kylie Jenner, a web of lies. She's no longer why she's no longer a billionaire. And you open up the article and it says, well, she sold, she sold Kylie Cosmetics to like a beauty company for like however much money it was. Was it $1 billion? I think it was $1 billion too. Whatever, a bunch of fucking money. Okay. And so this article was saying Cody has released financial statements that says Kylie Cosmetics is worth this and this and that and that. Well, that means Kylie Jenner must have been lying when she said it was worth this and this and that in X year and X year and X year. That means that her financial records and her tax returns must be illegitimate. That means that she's been lying to us all along. That means that this is a web of lies. And it's just completely illogical to say that because a company had downward growth during a pandemic that everything was ever a lie. And like why it triggered me so badly and made me so angry is because I've like been through it in my own way. Like a couple of Thanksgivings ago, on Thanksgiving Day, someone got determined to show that I was making it all up and it wasn't even real. Her screenshots are fake. And it's infuriating because it's like whether the screenshot was a screenshot on my phone or the screenshot on my computer or me recording myself from my phone, logging into my computer and showing the back end of like either my PayPal or my payment gateway or my credit card processor. Like it doesn't, when someone's determined to believe you're lying, it doesn't matter how cleanly you run your business, right?
I mean, I'm your attorney. I have some inside scoop and I know that there's no lie going on. So that's real.
Right. You've seen all 3 deeds to my houses.
I have seen all of her deeds to her properties intimately. I've seen I know, sis. Do you need me to do an Instagram live for you? Like, shit.
No, it's okay. I don't actually know what you've seen because I don't know what different documents you needed to see for different things. But yes, I imagine out of anyone on the planet, you've seen a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
So, but the day that Thanksgiving, it was like my mortgage guy got on and was like commenting, was like, Amanda can afford any house she wants. Like, and like, not in the LA area. There's houses in LA that I couldn't afford, but he was my mortgage guy in Oklahoma. He's like, she can afford any house she wants. And like different people were getting on defending me. And the girl was like, I want bank statements. And I was like, I don't think it's safe that people know where I bank and how much I keep in each account. You know what I mean? And it's like, it infuriates me that we don't question men this way. It infuriates me that a woman says, I monetize this way. I earn and attract this way. I figured it out this way. Kylie did something with an online platform no one has ever figured out how to do. She took something and like her sisters weren't figuring it out that way. No one on the planet has ever monetized an audience like that. And like, it infuriates me that that means that she forged something somewhere, that she lied at some point. Whether she did or didn't, I guess we don't know. But the assumptions were such big leaps.
Yeah.
And like, how many generations till we believe that a young woman can do something better than men have figured out how to do it? When do we get there? It makes me angry. And then I had something else to say about this. Oh, when I called out Forbes this morning, it was because Forbes hasn't figured out how to do it. Like, I was part of the Forbes Coaches Council, and they were trying to monetize that very badly. So I just feel like just because you can't
they can't even monetize their online presence.
Forbes, just because you aren't monetizing it very well, and I was watching you, doesn't mean that was such a shit show. That doesn't mean Kylie can't, you know?
Right.
Anyway, so obviously I don't have anything to prove. Kylie has nothing to prove. We can all just live our lives, and the proof is in the pudding of the lives we live.
Right.
I don't know, but it did make me very angry.
Take our time and attention away from trying to bring people down and use it as inspiration and just like go about getting our own money. Like, yeah,
like learn from it. Like there's so much to learn around the way she rallied an audience. She took a scandal, the scandal of her lip filler, right? She took a scandal and she created a product. Be that brave, you know? Like,
I see it as she took a personal story and solved a problem for herself and many other women and made them feel more secure or more beautiful in some way, is how I see it.
Totally. I wear her lip kit nearly every day. It's a great product.
Yeah. I have no problem.
Excellent product. Like, there's just there's nothing you can say about it.
I mean, I'm more focused on like my own life and being inspired and making my own money and like making it like
totally
great.
And the truth always comes out in the end in every scenario. So like, you can just like let life run its course if you believe someone is doing something shady. I don't know. It's a really weird path. The person who wrote the article, it sounded just like the girl who was trying to expose me. And like, she said so many of the same phrases. I've been wondering for years. I speculated that it wasn't true. I had a hunch, and then started to piece together a bunch of unrelated shit.
Well, I think she should have been using her time more wisely to put her head down and go fucking make money and stop worrying for years what other people are doing. Like,
for years, I speculated. Really? That's what you're doing with your life and your resources? No. You're a decent writer. Get it together. Do something else.
You make good points in your complaints. You could be good at this if you channel it.
Why don't you take the copy and write something to build people up?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck that. Don't give her any time and attention.
I know. I mean, it stings a little from time to time when I see something new about myself, but mostly I'm not worrying about it. But I really did not like the way that article was spun and contrived.
Well, news be like that. Articles be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Spinning things? Come on. I feel like I see that all the time. It's crazy.
I know. That's so, we watched so much being spun in the pandemic. Like, LA beaches are crowded, and you're like at the beach and there's no one. And it's like they get the camera angle where it's like, anyway, there was a lot of that.
But it's news. You know, it's
I know.
News. That's why I inherently, don't really believe news. You know, because
I don't either.
Stories and drama and everything, and that's just the nature of it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Someone asked me a specific question, and it's about debt, and I know you already have something on debt, so that's on your YouTube channel, right?
I have a few different videos on debt on my YouTube channel, but I'm happy to answer it if you think it's relevant.
Yeah, I mean, well, two little things. One is how to stop beating yourself up over debt, and then another question is kind of more like practical. I'm excited to hear how you answer it. But yeah, how do you stop beating yourself up if you have debt? For me, it went like this. Debt is a choice to pay something off over time. Debt is not good or bad. You have nothing to beat yourself up over. You are just choosing to pay something off over the course of time. I actually recently paid off my student loans. So Kara and I are going to go into that. Thank you. Amazing. Kara and I are going to go into that if you guys come to my next live stream with Kara at, so that'll be at 2 p.m. my time. Cool. So they can hear me go really deep into that. Yeah. And I can tell you anytime. But do you want to ask me the other part of it? removing the stigma around it, removing judgment, blame, all that kind of shit.
Yeah, you can't, it's just that you can't make good choices around anything that you're convinced that you're in shame around, that you're convinced you're wrong for. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
you can make better choices and see it clearer and look at the patterns around it. When you're not bad, like, you are not your debt. Your debt is just the thing. You know what I mean? And you're not bad or wrong for it. And you're going to choose how you use it and what you do with it and what you do next. I mean, essentially, when I think about my student loans, I leveraged an opportunity. I leveraged the only opportunity I had to get school paid for. That, like, there's nothing to beat myself up for there. That was like an intentional decision. And then it required intentional decisions to pay on it when I couldn't afford to pay on it when I could afford to pay on it, and then pay it off when I could. But if I was going around thinking that I couldn't shop, travel, spend, eat, enjoy, or live until the debt was gone, I don't think I ever would have gotten really motivated to make money or run a business, because I personally need to be able to do fun things with money while I held the intention that my abundance and my overflow would naturally eliminate my debt. And that's what finally happened. It was like there was enough extra money after all the things I do with my money every month. There was enough extra money that the debt just got to cease to exist. And that's what happened with my credit cards, and that's what happened with my student loans.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too.
Feeling to get rid of debt. And I think everyone can just also like be really, not be hard on yourself, be easy on yourself, and be patient with the process, because it's a process, you know?
Everything is.
Anything that you're beating yourself up over, it's very hard to make change around. Like, say if you're working out and trying to transform your body, but you're like talking shit to yourself and judging your workouts and thinking you're not doing enough, it's so much harder to change your body.
Yeah.
Like, as compared to you supporting yourself through the process and being gentle with yourself and kind.
Totally. And people have been asking me a lot about that, and I haven't talked about it a lot. I lost 10 pounds during quarantine. And I have like ab lines right now that are just like.
Was it Chloe Ting?
Chloe Ting.
You're welcome.
God bless her. Laina told me about Chloe Ting. Laina gets credit. But like, I have to say that although she's fabulous and I love her workouts and I think she has very effective workouts, she's been a genius at getting people to have faith around her workouts. Like, she has all the testimonials.
I knew you would see this somehow in what she's doing. Keep
going. The testimonial videos, the way people get online and make a video to show everyone their results, the way she reshares those videos, little compilation videos, we have faith that Chloe Ting works. People have faith that Money Mentality Makeover works. I post images of check after check after check after check after check and testimonial coming in. So you develop faith around it. You believe you can do it. So then you show up with belief, and our belief moves mountains, right? Yeah. So it's like she did a great job with that, whether she knows the energetics behind it or not. But also I want everyone to know that, like, when I looked in the mirror every day, I was telling myself I was hot and I looked great. You should hear what I say in my head. I'm like, my boobs look so good. I am so tiny and so cute. Like, yeah. I'm just getting hotter and hotter. Man, I'm still just getting hotter and hotter.
We also say these to each other. This is like how our conversations go too.
I know. I remember sending you a video once of me and Alyssa going like, Laina, we're just talking about how you're hot. We're just sitting around talking about how you're like the hottest. Because we were at lunch one day. We're just like, Laina's so hot. Does she even know? Okay, what I want to say is, yeah, I have moments of going like, should my moves be bigger, or am I a bit bloated today, or whatever? Like, I have those moments too, but like we just have choices in how we talk to ourselves, you know?
It's the same thing. Like, it's all the same thing. It's about holding a vision for what you want, having faith in the process, taking the steps, not beating yourself up along the way, feeling good about it, and like doing the damn thing, you know? It's like the same process for money, for body, for everything. It's meant
for everything. I know. And none of it's actually hard. We just decided that money was harder, body was harder, this was harder, that was hard. But there was a path available for us the whole time.
Yeah. And then it gets to be easy and it gets to be fun. You get to slay and lose 10 pounds during quarantine or whatever your goals are.
Yeah, totally. I was not trying to lose 10 pounds, but I was trying to get hotter and hotter for more and more forever and ever.
Yeah.
And I felt like quarantine gave me an interesting opportunity because I just was at home, very much in control of my workouts. Like no one else was on the equipment at the gym, and very in control of my food and very in control of my thoughts. It just felt like an isolated and intentional opportunity. And we can create that anytime. I just saw the opportunity inside quarantine, you know. A lot of people are doing stuff with their business during quarantine or whatever that they just didn't. We just had a little more time and space to see things a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Focus. Yeah. Rebecca joined Money Mentality Makeover last night. That's so good. Welcome, Rebecca. I'm happy for you. Do we want to tell them about the course since we're like nearing the hour mark?
Yes. I've used this course over and over since I purchased it. So I'm not the kind of person that watches something all the way through, but I use this as tool. Well, I've watched it all the way through, but since then I've just revisited it over and over and over again. When I want inspiration, when I'm feeling down, when I want to reach a new level, I go back to this course because it is so much about mindset and belief and worthiness and value and the way you speak to yourself and the actions that you take. And it's all covered in the course. And I think it's like the most comprehensive money course that I don't think there's anything else.
I think it is the most comprehensive course on the energy of money in the world. I am pretty convinced that no one has made one as good as this.
I think that's fair. There's payment plans, which are cool, which I love taking advantage of.
Yeah. Okay, so because you asked me about how long it was a minute ago when I was guiding my smoothie. So I've added content to it every year for 6 years. Mm-hmm. So that means it started out as a 3-module course, and now it's a 7-module course with 22 extra bonus videos. So we have 7 modules from like real basic money manifestation principles that you may know, that you may want the overview, that you may not want the overview. I suggest you go over the early modules, even if you have a decent foundation. Even if it's just a refresher, even if it's just a few subtle different ways of seeing things, I would go through the whole thing. So we have the early modules, and then we take it deeper and deeper and deeper through each module. But then the other thing I did was I added like 5 bonus videos a year. Mm-hmm. So the intention of all the bonus videos is that you're able to like just play it in the background of your life. Just marinate in it, just ruminate in it. Just be in the vibe of like the unlimited possibility and the potential and the decision and the activating your power and the feeling the vibration and the energy of money. So everyone has a different experience. Some people really go through the course in order. Some people like really stay in the bonuses a while. Like I don't think it actually matters at all. I think it matters that you're dedicating yourself to the decision that your experience of money and your relationship with money get to be different for you, that you get to heal the things in the past, forgive the things in the past, release yourself, like relieve yourself, learn what money feels like, learn how money can work, create new rules and operating systems for how money responds to you and how you respond to money. And then from there, you create entirely new dynamics and patterns, right? So like the course as a whole is so robust, and it all kind of flows together into this one big thing, you know?
And it meets you, what I love is that it meets you at every level, because you started filming it when you were at just the beginning, and you're still adding where you are just like light years ahead. So wherever anyone is in their journey, you can be met there and get resources and feel relatable there. As well as you progress, there's stuff for you as you progress too. Because I know you even talk about like high level things like investing and saving and all of that, you know? So it's a huge spectrum, which I love. So it's like a journey that we can go on with you.
Yeah,
digitally,
that's how it feels to me too. Like,
it's dope.
The principles weren't any different, whether I was buying a multi-million-dollar house or paying off debt or just supporting myself with money. The principles aren't any different, but applying it to like new areas like brings up different stories, different limiting beliefs, different struggles, and requires like an activation of new faith over and over again.
Yeah.
And like, I guess what I would say is like, I'm still on the journey. Like the journey, you know what I mean? Like
it's lifelong.
Yeah. Our relationship with money isn't going anywhere. Just like our relationship with our partner, our relationship with food, our relationship with our body. Like we're not getting rid of any of these relationships. We're always going to have them. So I think for me, it's become a relationship of ease, a relationship of confidence, like a relationship of certainty and clarity and trust, where like I trust myself with this thing called money, to earn it, to receive it, and to save it, and to use it well. And so So then, so like the foundation is strong, so I can just keep growing it, you know? But there'll still be opportunities to freak out. You know, a lot of people have probably seen the vlog where I talk about I got the $400,000 estimate for how much the renovations would be for my house. And I stopped believing everything I'd ever taught for a minute. I was like,
that's so honest and fair.
But it all works, and your energy can create anything unless you buy a multi-million-dollar house. If you buy a $3.3 million house and then have to do renovations, that's the one time God can't show up. You've pushed too far now. Now you want and need too much. Like, I really acted stupid and stopped believing in myself for a minute. I got so freaked out that did I make the wrong purchase or this or that or the other? And like, it's just so funny, the things that trigger you. But it's like, used to, I was triggered by like the credit card debt, or used to I was triggered that like, who am I to have a $20,000 a month? And like, it's like, it doesn't actually matter. The looking at the thing, the telling the new story, the realigning yourself, and the getting yourself like in the content of the energy that like uplifts and supports you, like will still be the work. Mm-hmm. You know, the work's not going to change.
Mm-hmm. And you gotta immerse yourself in that shit. What I've learned from money is, first of all, what I've learned from you is it's like a relationship that you have to consistently nurture. It's like you can't just neglect it and just expect it to run on autopilot because you broke through a level. It is you consistently give it time, attention, nurturing, and immerse yourself in this way of thinking that is expansive, that is full of possibility. Because your default, my default, I think humans' default is not that. You have to like override the system, and that's what's great is that you have hours and hours of content to pick and choose whenever you want to be immersed in it, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree completely. Yeah, so like, it's a lot of fucking content, whatever 14 plus 7 is.
No, it's great. And you have it for life, which is great. I mean, like I said, I still go back and listen to it. I still buy your shit. You know, I buy your shit all the time.
So many friends do, and you guys don't tell me.
Well, I will. Well, I did tell you. I was like, I recently bought the Slay thing, something Slay business. I don't know what I bought. I bought something recently and I haven't dug in yet.
You would like Aligned as Fuck. Did you do that one?
Maybe that's it.
No, like my friends like will randomly like tell me like something I said in one of my courses, and I don't know, it's sweet. I like it.
No, I love it. I think we all help each other. Like I think we all are called to different expertises. And what the fuck word was that? I don't know, but we're all called to our sections.
We're all in different ways. 100%. Yeah.
Thank you so much, by the way. Like,
you're welcome.
For continuing to show up, just not even for this live, but continuing to show up, because like as you surpass your goals, it helps all of us do the same, and it's very fucking important, and I love you for that.
Thank you. I love you.